Today I got a bit of a coup. I actually thought to try and look at rugby in a completely different light. So I've actually got a guest on today from SAB, South African Breweries. He's the head of sponsorship for SAB. You may have actually seen him on the telly. He gives out the awards at the Rugby Championship for Man of the Match.
Hello, Don. How are you?
I'm okay myself, Greg. Welcome to the show. Thanks for doing this at such short notice.
Yeah, I'm just so surprised you were able to. I was able to get on the show, Don, with your guest list, and so I'm really happy to be on the show. And hello to your 1,000 viewers, Don.
No, I'm almost at 2.
Well, there we go. Fastest growing show in rugby at the moment.
So thanks for coming on, because I think a lot of people are A, confused about sponsorship, but B, I'd really like to know about how Castle Lager has been working with the national teams. And so I've just got a few questions, and we can just go through them, and we can just chat about them.
Go for it.
So here's the first. Tell us about the Castle Lager sponsorship for the national sides.
Yeah, Castle Lager, one thing that's special about Castle Lager and our national teams is we have been sponsors for close to 25 years for both Bafana, the Proteas, and of course the Springboks. So it's been a long lasting sponsorship, and I think that sponsorship has, people associate Castle Lager with rugby, cricket, and soccer, and the other way around as well.
Okay, that's cool. Then I think a lot of people get quite confused, because they think you just sign a big fat check, you put some advertising on some merchandise, but there must be a lot more to that. What are Castle Lager's responsibilities in the sponsorship deal, or how, in the sponsorship itself?
Yeah, so a good sponsor property, and why these three sports and Castle Lager have worked so well together is, we see it as an awesome drinking occasion that brings people together. A great thing that's happening more and more now is people from all different ways of life are coming together, and people feel safe inside a sports environment, and people get together and people drop all their other issues, it seems, while the national teams are playing. So that's been fantastic for us. And you say, what is our role in it? Obviously it's a lot of it is financial. Running professional sport these days is certainly not cheap. So obviously we bring a lot of financial stability to it, but we hope that we add to the experience as well, at the games and around them as well. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's quite interesting. What is the current Castle Lager's campaign that you're running?
So right now we're running a campaign called Heartbeats of the Nation, and what we've decided to do is we want to bring all the fans together. But how do we actually measure what the fans are feeling out there? So you can go onto the Castle Lager app and download it, and from there you're able to connect it to any of your devices, so your cell phone, your smartwatch, and we can through that actually monitor the fans' heartbeats and how they're reacting during the game. So when we played against Argentina and we scored the try in the corner, it was the highest the heartbeats has actually been. And an interesting one for us, and we had Faf de Klerk coming to our offices, and we spoke to him about it, was when he ran on the field, the female's heartbeat was the highest it had been. So he was quite shocked at that. So we want the whole nation to come together and let the boys know, we feel what they're feeling as well, and you can see it by the heartbeat. So go. If anyone's watching there, Don, just tell them, please go up there and go down there and get the app, download it, and it's a really cool campaign. And when the guys aren't playing, it'll be nice to monitor your own hearts to see how you're doing anyway.
What I'll do is to everyone that's watching, I'll just put the comment in the comments down below. I'll actually put the link across where you can actually go get the app. There was also something that you could get on Takealot for it, if I heard correctly on the telly.
We're selling the Castle Lager armbands. You can go on to Takealot and get the watch if you don't have a smartwatch. It's it's a reasonably priced, good device, and it will connect you directly to the heartbeats of the nation. So it's a good way if you don't have a smartwatch.
Oh, excellent. Well, so it sounds like a really good campaign. I'm sure
It's
if
a good
we
campaign, and we're bringing awesome technology to the campaign and keeping it nice and simple. So yeah, we're really happy with the campaign, and it's gone really well so far.
Yeah, I think when we beat New Zealand on the weekend, it might be a flat line. So from me, because my heart would have gone through the ceiling.
I think that is going to be that data that we're going to get from that game is going to be epic. I think you know how everyone's feeling around the country. We're feeling positive. I truly believe we're going to win this World Cup, and I think a lot of us do. So it was nice to see the other day the New Zealanders talking in the press about it's not the end of the world if we lose to the Springboks in the opening game. And not often do you hear that kind of talk from New Zealand. So holding thumbs, the guys are looking good. Rusty's the best in the business, and can't see why we're not going to win it.
Oh, excellent. Well, one thing that's always really I've really wanted to know, because obviously you did say there was quite a lot of financial. One of your biggest roles is obviously offering financial support. But is there anything that the union, or like I'm not want to single out SARU specifically or something like a federation, a union? Is there something specific that they have to bring to the party for sponsorship to happen?
Obviously SARU is who we've had the relationship with so many years, and what we expect to them, and is exactly what they bring, is absolute professionalism. SARU is from running that union, they world class. We South Africans, and we all want our team to do well. So I think there's a lot of pressure on them to do well, and they have done. But even when they've had slumps, we've been with them through thick and thin, and we'll continue to do so, because this is we consider Castle Lager to be known as the beer of the nation and the spirits of the nation. So highs or lows, we've been with them. We'll continue to do so. But from a union point of view, like I said, we need bums on seats. We need to play in a good brand of rugby, and winning doesn't hurt either.
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't. Well, I had another question, but here's a really good one. Obviously there must be criteria why you choose a specific team to sponsor. Is there specific? Is it just you only support winning teams, or is there's something more to it than that?
Yeah, Don, you've broken up a bit there, but I think you're saying what's the criteria for choosing a team to sponsor?
Yeah.
I suppose it all comes down to the campaign, the target market you're trying to reach, and the passion point. People all have passion points. We know the passion point for South Africa is our national teams, and so it was an easy one for Castle Lager to not only get into back in the day, but to stay in, because Castle Lager is about bringing people together for a better world, and that's what sport does. It unifies us, it lifts us up, and we all know that over the years we've needed that boost from rugby, and that's what we've got. So for us, it's a passion point of bringing people together, and bringing joy and bringing passion to the stadium and to the union. So yeah, that's for us was an easy one. When it comes down to sponsorship in general and what makes us decide things, there's a whole lot of criteria. Don, it's obviously location of the team, their supporter base, the culture that they have within a club, the governance within a club or a union. So there's a lot of things, and you'll see the teams that year on have good sponsors. It's because they're a good union, and they usually go together.
Okay. Well, that's super interesting. Then just as a general question, what happens that people wouldn't be aware of that you actually are responsible for?
I think I'm talking on behalf of SARU and ourselves as well. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes that people don't see. You know, just bringing 50,000 people to a stadium is not easy.
Yeah.
There's a hell of a lot of logistics go behind it. And then from Saru's point of view, I mean, you look at the itinerary that they have. You know, we often try to get times with the players, you know, as per our rights and our contract. And it's really difficult. You know, these guys are traveling from all over. They've all got families. They've all got their club sides or the unions that they're playing for. So the logistics behind that is absolutely massive. From a sponsor's point of view, it's trying to tie in these big occasions and the big games and the teams that you're sponsoring. Do you want to take that, Don?
No, it's okay.
The big team the big games that we have, and trying to bring it together and make it seamless in our campaigns, so that it doesn't look like it's an add-on. And I think Castle Lager has always been good at that. Sport's always been at the core of Castle Lager, and so over the years it's become easier and easier for us. But you know, sponsorship's also changing. You know what you need to get out of a sponsorship. It's changing, and I think changing for the better. But the big thing that needs to happen is you both need to add value to the relationship.
Yeah.
And I think, and some sponsorships don't seem to work as easily as ours has over the years. And you'll see just from, you know, the Springboks have had a few sponsors over the years, jersey sponsors, and they're with MTN at the moment, which is a fantastic sponsor. They're with Asics at the moment, which is just a fantastic sponsor. And I believe we're a fantastic sponsor, as well as the likes of FNB and Energade and a few others. And I think all of these different sponsors and all the way, the whole way everyone's working together, I suppose that's what makes a winning combination. So the on-field winning combination and the off-field winning combination makes for happy people, happy unions, happy players, happy sponsors, and the World Cup victory we're hoping, Don.
Yeah, that's, I'm sure we don't. I'm super hoping that it happens, because you know we did go through.
Watching the game? Where are you going to be watching the game?
No, I'm watching it here from home. You know, I live quite far away from Cape Town or one of the big centres, so yeah, I'll just watch it at home. I got a nice big telly, and I'll just watch it there. I can always rewind if I want to watch something over and over and over. So yeah, I know that you guys have got quite a few. Look, you do have quite a few locations around the country.
Locations, yeah. So we have 7 BOC towns that are happening around the country.
Okay.
You know that it's easy to find, so people need to go and look where their closest BOC town is. And we'll be doing activations there. So we'll be measuring the crowd's heartbeats, comparing heartbeats of Monte Casino versus Silver Star. So the guys in Durban. So it'll be fun, and I think you know, it's always better watching with other fans. Kind of gears you up even more. Yeah, so I'm going to be at Monte Casino this weekend watching, and it's going to be a hell of a vibe.
Maybe I'll if we get all the way to the final, maybe I'll make a trip down to Cape Town.
Well, you can be my guest in Joburg if your wife allows it.
I don't see that happening any day soon.
Okay, well, enjoy the game on the big screen, boy.
Well, okay, Greg, I think thank you very much for explaining the sponsorship side of it and introducing us to Castle Lager. But I thought, you know, while I've got you here, obviously the SA team was released today. You know, the BOC team was released today. So I just wanted to see what I'm going to put it on the screen here and just get your take on the team. And I'm very happy with it. So I'm just going to share my screen here quickly, if you don't mind. Won't take too long. I
was saying that I believe we should get those armbands made. What would Russie do? I think Russie's kind of, you know, he gives everyone hope. He is just. I don't think people realize just how smart of a rugby brain that man has.
Yeah.
And just the way he's done everything in the build-up to here, and with our stronger side and our less strong side doing so well, I think he's a magician, and I think people must have faith, because this what he says, I'm always comfortable with. So, but let's go through the side.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you because I just think he's very, very transparent, and I think he doesn't really he says what he means, and he means what he says. So, and I think that's a good thing. But yeah, let's just go through this team quickly. I think it's pretty much a very settled team. I think I think Trevor is playing, but off the bench. But what do you think of the team overall? We'll split the forwards and the backs because I know that you were a scrummy in your day. So we'll just talk about the forwards. What concerns?
Well,
are you not concerned?
You were a hooker at school, weren't you? Or a prop,
No,
sorry.
I was loose-head, yeah.
Loose-head. So maybe you should take us through the forwards. What do you think?
I like the forwards. I would have thought they would have maybe started Beast and Trevor Nyankani first. That's just my personal opinion. And because I just think Stephen Kitsoff off the bench is just phenomenal. I think he's great as an impact player, and I don't think that the props for New Zealand that come off the bench are the class of any one of the Springbok props.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we've got 4 props that are better than their 4, and yeah, I think I'm not concerned about the front row. The problem we have, or it's not a problem, we have real choices at the moment, and
yeah,
I think you're right. Like Kitsoff has been unbelievable off the bench, and I always think if a guy's been unbelievable off the bench, he's doing his best to be in the starting lineup. So yeah, good for him, and I like the fire he brings to the team.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. What do you think of the locks? That is our starting lock pairing: Eben, Esabeth, and Franco.
Yeah, well, Etzebeth is a work engine and the hard man. For the last 5 years, I've probably had my biggest man crush has been Mostert. I cannot believe how hard that individual is, and he's scared of absolutely nothing, absolute workhorse, and yeah, I'm thrilled that Mostert's in the side. But saying that again, we have got, I believe, 3 of the best locks in the world at the moment.
Yeah, I think with Archie Snyman coming off the bench, I think that's just stepping it up a little bit, especially when the game starts opening up in the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Pieter-Steph du Toit as another option, yeah, it's so far done out of these 5, it's a phenomenal pack.
Yeah, I think so. And what do you think of the balance of the backs, the back row, the loose trio?
I love it. I'm a big fan of Kwagga's lately as well, and one thing that Rassie, I suppose, fancies is a smaller loose forward, because he was a small loose forward, and Kwagga has been playing really good rugby. Sorry man, I've just gone blank. The flank from Bath.
Francois
Flo is also, I thought, played incredible rugby as well. But Sia is a leader of men. Dwayne is phenomenal, and Pieter-Steph du Toit is playing some of the best rugby of his life. So again, too many choices. And what would Rassie do?
Yeah, look, my prediction is if Pieter-Steph plays the way that he is, next year, maybe the following year, he will be World Player of the Year. He's that good.
Yeah, and I also see him possibly being player of this World Cup as well.
Excellent. Okay, well, let's go quickly through the backs. Obviously, the backs don't have as many caps as the forwards. I think it's fairly new. I think some places are pretty well settled, but there are a few areas of concern, especially the way that we defend, the kind of defense that we bring to the table. What do you think of the halfback pair?
I think I just love the way Pollard plays rugby, and he is so smooth, and he's hitting the line at pace at the moment. He's getting their backs going forward. I love Pollard. He's incredible. Faf de Klerk, any man that puts in that much effort and throws his body around gets my respect. Which, we've got 2 extremely good scrum halves. I mean, Herschel's got a future, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But Faf is his experience now. He will never let you down. The amount of pressure he puts on the opposition fly half as well as the centers, he's almost doubling up as another flank as well. So he is phenomenal. Pollard's great. He's got his kicking boots on at the moment, and again, Don, I think we've got very, very, very good halfbacks, and I don't think I would want any two other players there at the moment.
Perfect. And now we go to everyone's favourite topic. I read it everywhere, is the centre pairing.
Yeah. Again, two great players. Jesse Creel is he was at the same school as me, so obviously I was hoping Jesse would be in the side. But again, like, it's for the first time, I suppose, that I'm able to sit back and say, well, Rusty's making a decision. He's making it for a reason, a rugby reason, a smart rugby reason. So happy with everyone, Don. You're not going to see me complaining too much about this side. I think he's tried the combinations. I think we'll see guys coming on as well late in the game. So I'm happy with exactly where we are.
It looks like looking at how the bench works, I think with our defensive structure going from out to in, and it's super hard line speed, that I think our centres must do a hell of a lot of scrambled defence. Are you still there?
What is your concern, Don? You concerned about the defence?
No. I'm not concerned about it at all. I think it's magnificent, our defence. I just think because we have to have really good scrambled defence if something goes wrong, or if there's a chip or something like that. That I think that the centres do a hell of a lot more work than what we actually see. Especially off the ball. So I think that's why they've got Frans Steyn and Jesse Creel off the bench, because our centres actually probably run out of energy before anybody else.
Don, so I didn't hear a thing there. I hope your vast majority of your fans. I didn't, but you know what? You usually speak a reasonable amount of sense. So let's go with what you said.
Okay, cool. Look, and then we'll just talk about the back three quickly. I'm very happy with the back three. I think they're still young, but I think there's great things heading for them, especially Colby and Pimpy. I think they're perfect choices.
Colby for me is a phenomenon. I'm glad he's going to get another run. Again, I really enjoy him. He's got that X factor, like something like Brent Russell, He's special, but Don, like, you look at the other wings that have been knocking on the door as well. Incredible wings at the moment. So
Sabu and Corsi. Yeah,
Corsi.
I think this
is a
nice
good sign.
problem.
Nice problems to set. Like, you go to the bench, Jesse Creel, Frans Steyn, Herschel Yankees, Francois Lowe, Archie Snyman, Trevor Kukani, Beast. Those are some seriously good players coming off the bench.
Exactly.
So, and I think, again, what Rusty's done is we've got a whole experienced squad that has X factor, that has guts, that play for each other. I think 95, 2007, and 2019.
I agree with you. Every 12 years, I think we'll win the World Cup.
And what's been special about this is the amount of rugby we've been able to see in the build-up to this World Cup. Watching that 95 game all over again, brought back. Imagine if we had heartbeat monitors on for those games. So it was amazing. And then seeing the 2007 World Cup again, it's been special, and it's nice. It's nice and it's scary knowing we're so close to having another moment like that.
No, I agree 100%. I'm just going to remove this quickly from the stream. It actually uses up quite a lot of bandwidth. Thanks, Greg, for joining me on the show. Thanks for really taking the time out. I know you had to rush home from work to actually join. I really do appreciate you coming on, and I'm sure people have learned a hell of a lot from what you've had to say.
Well, I don't think they've learned a hell of a lot, Don, but thanks for having me. I'm happy to be a guest. Like I say, it's just an honor to be a guest. I've seen your guest list, and it's not easy to get on. So lovely being on your show, and hopefully we can do it more often.
I'm sure. Okay, Greg, chat soon. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, Don. Am I off, bro?